I like to share with you all what has been working, and that is both for you and for me, because when I share it with you, then it causes me to think about it and reinforce it and articulate it and process it, which reinforces it. So when I figure out something that works, sharing it with you helps it to keep working. So here is something that's working. Thank you, Diana. I have Diana to thank for this. I sent Diana 4 dish towels, kitchen towels. They were bright colored. I sent them to her a long time ago, and she uses them to cover up foods that she doesn't want to see. So let me show you. Thanks to Diana, I do this now. There's my tomatoes. I do want to see those. There's my potatoes. I do want to see those. I do not want to see muffins and cupcakes. I also do not want to see all sorts of different nuts. So obviously I do this so that I don't just inadvertently give myself struggles. I struggle enough on my own without just walking by seeing those. But it's also, I mean, it eliminates the visual cue. It eliminates the, I want to avoid as much as possible fighting temptation. I'd rather avoid it than have to run from it. When I was on Weight Watchers, I started a hashtag, and the mantra was want it first, not see it first. And a lot of times what happens is we see something and then we want it in that order. We see it and then we want it. It's kind of like you weren't even thinking about food until you drove past it, or you weren't even thinking about sweets until you walked past it in the office. You weren't even thinking about it until someone walked up and said, hey, would you like some? You weren't even thinking about it until it was presented to you externally and oftentimes visually. Sometimes we do smell it from down the hall, but a lot of times it's visual. And once we see it, then our brain's like, hey, I'd like some of that. So if we can avoid seeing it, then we can make our lives a little bit easier. So instead of my hashtag or my mantra was want it first, not see it first. That, I don't want to see it and then want it. I don't want it happening that way. That worked a lot better for Weight Watchers because we could eat all day long. So I tried to at least challenge myself to at least have an internal desire for it, listening to myself about what I'm hungry or what I'm hungry for, or what I was really wanting, or what my body might have been needing, want it and then go get it. But that almost doesn't apply to bright line eating because we eat 3 times a day, weighed and measured. So it doesn't matter what I want when I want it unless it's mealtime. So just wanted to show you all that. That's really been working. Minimizing the external influence of foods around me that are either my foods, like those nuts. They are my foods. I can eat them. But they're so salty and so deliciously fatty that there are times when that's certainly what my body's like, hey, why don't we have some of that? That's a bright food, but those little nuts are my gateway drug, right? Once I break my boundaries, the way my brain works, I'm like, might as well really break them. That's called the what the hell effect. So anyways, just wanted to show you what has been working. Covering up things that I don't want my brain getting any ideas about.